So when you wake up, you really realize that life was never and is not serious. And really, why that happens is you discover who you are and the joy in that beyond the personal self and beyond the mind, right? Because until we discover that, the mind can be very serious. And I know that was the case, at least here. Maybe it didn't appear like that, but thought can have a certain weight to it, a certain density. And so then to actually realize that you aren't those thoughts, that you are the consciousness that pervades everyone and everything, and the thoughts appear within that, the thoughts appear within the field of consciousness. There's a playfulness in that and a deep breath. But until that shift happens, which it has for all of you watching, I'm sure, it's very, very serious and heavy and deep and I'm this construct, I'm this person and this me, and it feels very like everything we believe about ourselves and the world, it feels very solid. And then when we realize that there is a consciousness here always pervading everyone and everything appears within that, there's a playfulness in that, there's a play in that. We start to have fun, right? And that's when it gets lighter, is then we can see when thoughts come. It doesn't mean we don't think, right? Thoughts still happen, thinking still happens, if anything, with more clarity. But when it comes, there's that knowingness of the witness behind that, of the field and the creator behind that. Consciousness is the creator. And it loses its strength. The world of form, thoughts, feelings, they lose their strength over you. It doesn't mean you don't get them anymore, but it loses its power, right? And I guess the trick here is to live freely and in this lightness is just to know that, and know within yourself that awareness always there, the consciousness always there right now. As all these forms appear, all these colors, these sounds through the words that I'm speaking appear, know that it's the same one, the same awareness behind all of this seeming separation. But all of that separation is just imagined through thought, right? Through the idea that there's a you there, a me there, a me here. But the inner and outer are not separate. We are not separate now. What is it? What is it, that clear, transparent awareness that is viewing this now? Within that, right, it seems like there's forms, especially with distance, right? There's space, and within that, of course, time, a past and the future. But these are what keep this game going, really. But if we only identify with that, it's Maya, right? It's suffering. When you can see you are the consciousness that is creating this, you are the dreamer as consciousness now. It's such a freeing thing as a human to realize that none of this is mine, none of this is yours. And I hope that triggers some of you. Because it does. It has for me before, and it is triggering to the person. What? None of this is mine? I can't control any of this? The creative power in you comes from realizing you are consciousness and consciousness is the creator. And realizing that you can't control this is the freedom. Like right now, they're doing training on the beach for, I think it's the surf club, but yeah, there's a siren going off and it's coming past. I could get triggered about that because I'm filming a video. And same for you. You could get triggered because you're watching this and there's a sound. Or, you can be with it and play with it. Does it have to be bad? Watch the mind make something bad out of it. The duality of good and bad. Or can you just be with it? Because reality doesn't care, right? Reality doesn't care, and that's what you realize, is that just because I am filming here a video does not mean that reality is doing it all for me as the person, as Noe. It doesn't mean that it's going to make everything perfect, right? And that's what we believe, like, oh, the siren's going off, or the weather's bad, and why is God doing this to me or something. No, you are consciousness. You are a creative, infinite being behind everyone and everything, appearing as finite forms. And then in discovering that, now you play with it, right? You're going to keep creating as consciousness, right? And even beyond this body, where we are multidimensional, but waking up to that is just having that playfulness with it, of knowing that you are the dreamer, and the more you can see that you're the dreamer, and the consciousness, the creative force behind that, the more you start looking in on yourself, right? And just when things like that happen, you don't get triggered as much. You can just be with it, rather than going, oh, why does this always happen to me? I can't stand this anymore. And then you be with it. There's the seeming you as the person now that is watching this, that has its life, its history. But you, the creative you, the really free, deep you, and higher self, even though I don't like to call it that, is always here, always conscious, always present, always aware. It only might appear like you're not, through the forgetting, through the separation into the idea of the person and the idea of who you are. But you're both. You're not going to lose who you are as a person by doing this. You're just going to be more authentically you, and that will come through what you do. So this never had to be serious, and I know I've heard some people, or you see some posts speak about maturity and stuff, and of course there's maturity. Of course we all have, there's especially emotional maturity, and I guess there's maturity in life and as a person. But it doesn't mean because you're learning any of this stuff, or because you're growing up, that you have to stop having fun, right? If anything, it's the opposite. Have fun, play with life, and play with forms. Learn to play with yourself. And that almost sounded a bit wrong there, but you know what I mean. Play with life, and enjoy it, and have fun, and dance, and yeah, we can forget that sometimes, because we take what's appearing within form, right? What's appearing, as in, the people, the thoughts, the feelings, we can take that to be so serious, so like, oh, this is, that tightness, that holding on. And then as soon as we allow ourselves to not identify with every frame that's coming into consciousness, the transparent, now open, alive, energetic consciousness, the more we can be in that and release what's coming through, there's a lightness in that. There's a lightness in that. And so it's really, the more you feel this, the more you know it's just a play. It's a divine play that's here as like a game of forgetting for you. A game of forgetting for something much vaster, a much vaster reality, which is this, but the appearance of this is the play, right? The super serious, solid, this is all there is. But this is the play. You are the dreamer. Be here, feel, breathe. Learn to play with life and forms, right? It's a beautiful gift that we're here. And when you realize that the creative power behind it, behind you as consciousness and you as an architect, right? I would say of your reality, but it's really just reality, since it is you, all of it. It might appear like we all have realities, like different realities, like there's your reality, there's mine, but it is only you. It is only you. You're the architect, okay? That's so cool, okay? So, learn to have fun with it. And I think that's all I need to say today. So thanks for watching.